Hey everybody, I'm going to go through my dual battery setup. I pretty much followed the instructions by NC Dragon 21 on YouTube, and a couple differences on mine, but it's a very good video, and hopefully I can show you what I got and you can determine if you want to do the same. First, I started off by installing this True isolator. You can find it on Amazon. I hooked up my main battery, and then I went and hooked up my secondary auxiliary battery. I went with the Odyssey Extreme, about 170 bucks. I've seen guys go with other batteries that aren't that expensive, and that's just the one that I chose. After I hooked up the positive from both batteries, my Pioneer came with a secondary ground that I was able to hook up, and if yours does not come with one, it's easy to install a ground wire to your frame. And from there, the batteries were isolated. After I had the two batteries isolated, I went and installed a Stinger SG-P38, also found on Amazon, maybe eBay as well. I went positive. You can go to either side here. Positive. And then from this positive, it's positive, and then the positive continues. And then I installed a 100 amp disconnect. And not necessary, but it's nice to be able to flip it off like I have it right now. I can easily flip it back on. Now it's activated. Let the power run through it. And from there, continued that to my Blue Sea Systems fuse panel. Let me go back to the Stinger here. The way this works is you use a power source to run a 12 volt current. It can be hooked up to either side. One side's positive, the other side goes to ground. It doesn't matter which one you use. The power source that I chose was one that came off of the accessories. If you come over to your fuse panel box, the fifth one down, if you can come down to number 5, is the 15 amp accessories. So that is a, I believe it's a white and black or white and brown wire. It's fifth one down. And you have to pull the box out the way I did it. Pull the box out, access the wiring harness underneath of it, strip back some of the coating, locate that wire. There's enough in there to pull it out so you can easily snip it and tie into it. So reconnected it, and I have it coming off of here, and it runs down and runs to my Stinger there, and then just grounded it. So with key on to the accessory position, the Stinger now closes the connection, which allows power to reach the fuse box. I've got power now from the fuse box going to my switch panel inside. Okay, well, we're now inside. I'll turn on the accessory key, which is powering up my cluster of switches. light bar. Future winch will be plugged into here, and the rear lights will be plugged into there. I've got a 12 volt and USB chargers and auxiliary and main batteries. In addition to splitting off of the 15 amp accessories to go to my Stinger, I also split off of it to take it to the battery voltage meter that will tell me my main battery's voltage, and then I ran power from the fuse box to the auxiliary battery voltage. And like the example that I followed in this process, to make a little bit more room for putting my fuse box, I changed out the air filter and pulled out the scoop for it. This is just the filter. Pull that out and installed this radiator hose. Sorry. It'll install right there, and just stick that up in there, and it works pretty good. So this process is nearly complete. It's complete enough as it is if I wanted to leave it that way, but I'm going to continue on and follow the example that NC Dragon 21 did and install a double throw, double pull switch so that I can select that the power to the battery comes on when in accessory mode, or with key off I can switch it over to drop battery directly. And when I've completed that, I'll update this video. Hope this was helpful in any way. I don't normally make videos, but just want to help out my fellows there in the Honda Pioneer Club.